So guys, welcome back to another video. In this one today, we're going to be trying out the 87 rated Icon John Barnes card. Now, I won't lie, this has been one of the Icon cards that I've been wanting to try out for a while. And now's the day. Today is the day I'm going to get to try this item out. The reason I'm interested in testing this card is because of the card stats and the position of this item. With it being a left winger, it'll be interesting to see how this card performs in game because John Barnes has good pace, decent shooting and good physical stats. So it'll be interesting to see how all those attributes do indeed mix together, and we'll see how this card does indeed perform in games in this video. Anyway, before we do indeed get into things, guys, if you could leave a like rating on this video, that would be greatly appreciated. In the comment section down below, let me know your thoughts on this item. Also let me know which other icons you want me to do a video on. I'm recording this video at 3 AM, so please do forgive me if I do sound a bit tired. Anyway, let's get into things, shall we? Let's have a look at this guy's cards. So he stands at 6 foot tall, he's got a 4-star weak foot and 4-star skills. Plenty of positives on the screen right now. He's left-footed on the left side, so we are going to be shooting a cross goal with this guy. But with him being left-footed on that left edge, hopefully he can whip in some decent crosses for us. As you can see, his card stats look pretty impressive, and his in-game stats do as well. In the shooting section, we can see he's got a high attack positioning rating of 85, decent finishing for a wide man of 84, and decent shot power of 84 as well. In fact, he's got 84 ratings for his finishing, shot power, and long shots. On top of that, he's got 87 composure, so this guy should, in theory, be able to finish pretty well from inside the box. I am expecting goals from this item. In the passing department, we can see he's got an 84 rating for his crossing, so hopefully he can whip in some decent balls for us. A good short passing rating of 83 as well will definitely help with this guy's link-up play. In the dribbling department, we can see he's got 83 agility, 76 balance, 87 ball control, and 90 in-game dribbling. Now, this guy's got an alright agility rating, but with him being quite tall, I'm unsure how this guy is going to feel in game. Normally, taller players, even if they have good agility, don't normally feel that agile just because of their height and build in games. But we'll see. Maybe he will feel agile in game. We'll find out in the gameplay. Physically, this guy does have some impressive stats. He's got a good stamina rating of 85, really good strength of 84. So hopefully in game this guy will be very tough and hard to dispossess of the ball. He does only have 70 jumping, but he's 6 foot, so he won't have to jump too high to actually win aerial duels. But he does only have 68 heading accuracy, so maybe his heading won't actually be that useful. Anyway, we've had a look at the numbers. Let's get into some games and let's see how this card performs in matches. Just sat here waiting for my opponent to press advanced. Is he just going to let the clock run down? Just press play so we can get into the game. Come on. There we go. Okay, so our first opponent does indeed have a full Premier League side. It's not actually an amazing Premier League side. It's got a couple of OP players in there, but no one particularly fantastic. I mean, his two DMs are pretty good. Ndombele and Sissoko, and Kieron is pretty decent too. But the whole team as a whole, not amazing. Hopefully we can do some damage with John Barnes in this match. Here's Theo Walcott. He's going to find the Aubameyang, who's going to try and slide the ball through for John Barnes. He's got his first chance, but just couldn't get the shot away, and in the end, the ball just trickles to the goalkeeper. Here's Aubameyang. What can he do with the ball? Going to try and find John Barnes with over the top through ball, but I don't think he'll get on the end of that. Oh, will he? John Barnes, he does, but Leno makes the save. Oh, Walcott's done really well. Finds John Barnes in a bit of space. We're going to try and open up the shot on his left foot, and he scores. Really nice finish and composure from the attacker there, and just like that we've found ourselves in a game with Ndombele. Finds Aubameyang, who finds John Barnes, who tries to get around this man onto that left foot. Low driven shot, but Leno saves. Ndombele finds John Barnes. What can he do? Gonna try and open up some space. Oh, he's done really well, but I just took a bit of a heavy touch, and Leno picks up the pieces. Son finds Aubameyang, who finds John Barnes, who gets around this man, left-footed strike, and that's in the back of the net. And we just conceded, but now we're back ahead. Happy days. There's Barnes picking up the ball from deep. Not the most agile of players, as you can see. Like, oh, he's done really well though to beat everyone, and then took off the shot, and it's not a terrible effort. Aubameyang slides the ball in. Here's John Barnes trying to get around his man. Just trying to keep possession right now, trying to dribble through, and he almost has successfully. He's left a defender on his butt, but Unfortunately, we just couldn't pull the trigger. We couldn't get the shot away. And the chance has gone. And there's the full-time whistle. So, in game number 1, we do indeed record a 3-2 victory. John Barnes gets himself on the score sheet twice. And the first goal was actually a pretty decent effort from him as well. How was his debut overall? It was decent. First impressions of him, he's got a good shot on him. But his passing didn't feel that great in the first match. But there's a reason we play more than one game. So let's quickly get into another match and let's see how we do against a different opposition. In the next game, this is what we are facing. It's a much better squad overall than the team we faced in game number 1, although he doesn't have everyone on full chem because he's decided in the middle of his Bundesliga team he's just going to place a random want-to-watch Ndombele. Nonetheless, very solid squad which features some very, very good players. I do feel like this game is going to be a bit tougher than game number 1. Here's Musa Sissoko. John Barnes gets his first touch in this game, and he's going to open up a bit of space for himself, but taking a bit of a heavy touch, and Akanji dispossesses him with relative ease. Okay, we've got a chance to break now. Theo Walcott fans John Barnes, and Ndombele fans Barnes, who links up with Aubameyang, who gets it back to Barnes, and then Barnes, left-footed strike into the side netting. We've got ourselves a 1-0 lead. Great counter-attack. The full attack linking up very nicely. Nice bit of play there. The attack linking up well again, and Walcott's put John Barnes through. Can he get round Mbabu? He's trying his best. How's the right-footed cross? It's straight at Mbabu, unfortunately. So, at half-time, as you can see, the score is 1 goal apiece. I won't lie, my opponent's pretty much dominating the game. And, yeah, that's why there wasn't too many clips from the first half. He's controlling the ball really well. And I'm not having too much of the ball, so I'm not creating too many chances. However, when I get chances, I've got to make sure I take them. Otherwise, I'm going to end up losing this game. So, hopefully, in the second half, we can be pretty clinical. There's John Barnes on the break, linking up with Son. Aubameyang pings the ball over the top. Is John Barnes onside? He might very well be. John Barnes with a chance. Can he put us ahead? Berkey saves. That was a great chance, but that was a tough shot to take off. Here's Aubameyang. What can he do here? I can see that he's marking John Barnes, so we'll go through the middle. Get the ball to Walcott, who finds Barnes. Them two are linking up nicely together. Walcott gets the ball back to Barnes, who does well to beat Ndombele, then shoots. Oh, and he's put it into the back of the net. And 3-1 with 10 minutes to go. We might very well be going on to win this game. And this guy's had like 70% possession in this game, but we have been so much more clinical than him. And, yeah, has John Barnes just put the icing on the cake? Has he just guaranteed us the win in this match? Oh, ball's put over top by Aubameyang, and John Barnes has got on the end of it. Are we going to put the icing on the cake in this game? Yes, we are. John Barnes gets himself a hat-trick. It's 4-1. And what a performance from the winger in this game. He has been so clinical in front of goal. And he has pretty much won us the game in this match. And there is the full-time whistle. So we have indeed recorded ourselves a 4-1 victory. And John Barnes has picked up the match ball for his performance in this game. I just want to show you guys the full-time stats for that game. This guy had so much more possession than me. Literally, I don't think I'm exaggerating when saying the first the 80 minutes of this game, I think it was about 70-30. And then the last 10 minutes of the game, we came on strong and got them 2 final goals. But yeah, really happy with my performance in that game, especially defensively. I defended really well in that game, especially with this guy having so much of the ball. As you can see, 11 tackles. Defensively, very solid in that game. And hopefully I can learn to defend like that more often. Anyway, we need to focus on John Barnes because obviously he is the star man in this video. Really good in this game. Took his chances when they came to him, and he was pretty much the game changer in this match. So very happy with his performance in game number 2. Our next opponent has this. It's a full Premier League side which does feature an 85 rated Fabinho and an 84 rated Player of the Month, Teemu Pukki. Walcott brings the ball forward. He finds John Barnes, and these two link up nicely. And now there's a bit of space for John Barnes, but although he gets the shot away, his first touch took the ball wide, and Rui Patricio ended up making the block. Here's Aubameyang. We're going to go for a nice chip ball through. It's going to go straight to John Barnes. His keeper's off his line, and John Barnes has absolutely nailed the chip. And just like that, we've got ourselves a 2-goal lead heading into the break. He's linking up nicely with Aubameyang. He's going to get around Joe Gomez, who is a pretty quick centre-back, but Barnes is ahead of him, and he's going to take off the shot, and he's going to make it 4-1. And now we do indeed have 30 minutes, 30 FIFA minutes to try and get this guy his hat-trick. There he is, brings the ball forward. It's not a bad through ball to Aubameyang, and Aubameyang actually is going to get on the end of it after an error from Rudiger. Comes inside, takes off the shot, and it's just gone past the post. I really should have finished that, to be honest. Aubameyang gets the ball out to John Barnes. Is this the moment that he seals his hat-trick? It's not. Rui Patricio denies him that. Walcott comes forward with the ball. Sees the run of Aubameyang. Can he get on the end of this? He can. He's beaten. Rudiger to the ball. John Barnes is in the box. Can we find him? Yes, we can. John Barnes, out of nowhere, comes inside, wins the header, and puts the ball in the back of the net. And with that goal, he has just completed his hat-trick as well. So, yeah, he's going home with the match ball. So the full-time whistle has blown, and we have indeed recorded a 5-1 victory. John Barnes got a hat-trick, and Aubameyang got 4 assists in that game. Very impressive output from my attack. Anyway, that's the gameplay done. I will see you in a second on the summary page. So guys, after playing with this John Barnes card a bit more, what are my overall thoughts on it? Well, straight away I'll say I don't think this card is up there with like the elite of the elite in Ultimate Team, especially for wide left-sided players. However, what I will say is this card is up there in terms of enjoyment. This is a really fun card to use, and if you can afford to try this item out, I really do recommend doing so because yeah, it was just a fun item to try out, to be honest. Anyway, let's break things down, shall we? So, in-game, how was this guy's pace? He felt pretty quick, to be honest. And I didn't have a pace-based chem style on him either, so pretty happy with how quick he felt in-game. Obviously, if you try him and you feel he's a bit sluggish, then you can put a pace chem style on him, but I think he's quick as he is, if I'm being honest. How was his shooting? Inside the box, I thought his finishing was pretty good. He does feel pretty composed in game, and with him having a 4-star weak foot, he can shoot off either foot, which is awesome. But obviously do shoot off his left foot if the option is there, and that way you'll have a higher rate of success. He's got really good shot power, so he's pretty useful for shooting across goal, and obviously he's pretty lethal when it comes to them near post finishes. His long shots I found to be a bit inconsistent, so wasn't too pleased with them. But overall, I was pretty happy with this guy's shooting, especially for a winger who has 83 shooting. I thought he scored plenty of goals for me, and overall happy with his finishing capabilities. How was his passing? Not as good as the stats suggested, I don't think. His short passing was alright, but his through balls were a bit average, and his crossing also wasn't too reliable. Dribbling, this is an interesting one. Obviously he's 6 foot, so this guy just isn't going to feel that mobile in game, or he's not going to feel as mobile compared to the smaller wingers in Ultimate Team. But for a big man, I actually thought he controlled the ball pretty well, and he did go on some pretty good runs for me. Occasionally he can take a noticeable heavy touch though, so that is something to be aware of. But for most part, for a tallish player in Ultimate Team, I think he dribbles with the ball fairly well. Physically, obviously he's got good strength, so he can hold off defenders, which is pleasing. Really good stamina of 85 for this stage of the game. This guy didn't seem to tire for me, and I was using him a lot, so that was pleasing. His jumping of 70 though can be an issue if you're crossing to him. Now aerially, this guy will win battles against fullbacks, but against centre backs he really is going to struggle, especially against the higher tier centre backs with that jumping stat. And also his heading accuracy is pretty bang average too. He can score headers, but his heading just isn't that reliable as a whole. Positionally, I thought this card was pretty good. This Barnes card did make some really good wide runs and central runs for me, which was very pleasing. Overall then, what is my verdict on this card? It's just a fun item to use, to be honest. I think I summed it up best at the start. I don't think this card is up there with like the elite left wings in the game, but it's up there with the top left wingers in terms of enjoyment, because this card was just a fun item to use. So with all that being said, do I think this Barnes card is worth picking up? Yeah. I do think this card is worth trying out if you can afford to do so. The guy's balance and passing can occasionally let him down, but overall this card's pretty solid, and like I've said numerous times in this video, this is a really fun item to use in game as well. It's obviously not common for a winger to be tall, strong, pacey and good on the ball. This card is, and that sets him apart from a lot of other wingers in the game. So guys, those are my thoughts on the 87 rated Icon John Barnes item. If you've got any questions about this card, do pop them in that comment section down below and I'll do my best to answer them. If you could leave a like rating on the video, that would be greatly appreciated. And if there's any other icons you want me to pick up and try out, let me know which in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.